been around for QR codes have been around for quite a bit of time. Yet a lot of people didn't know how to use them. So one of the few and far between benefits of COVID is that restaurants and different stores and different retail shops have adopted QR codes as a way of delivering information to the public. And what a great resource for you to incorporate into your marketing and advertising, and what an exceptional way to do lead capture. So you have the ability to include QR codes in many different ways for your marketing. And with the public scanning those QR codes, it's going to take them directly to, your landing pages, websites, etc., to deliver the information that you want to get to the public, and also help capture their information. So without further ado, I will pass on to our fantastic MTSs so they can tell you the right way to use the QR code and how to incorporate it into your marketing and advertising to really stand out above and beyond everyone else, and just have that extra edge to be able to continue to build your business.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, Andrew is up first. So whenever you're ready, Andrew.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's start. Let me share my screen. See if anybody sees. Everyone sees my screen here, right? You see a big QR code in front of you?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
So again, so what a QR code does is it's kind of like a barcode for those of you who may not know exactly what it's for. It is a great way to, you can scan the code using your smartphone, right? And it pulls up a particular website on your phone. So whatever, like if it's a business, or in this case, let's say with a real estate associate, any page that person wants to link you to, by scanning on that code, you will get that on your phone. So for those of you who have a QR code scanner on your phone, for those of you who you know how to use it, right now I want you to point your phone at the screen and scan that code. And I'll do the same thing. And then see where that takes you.
And if you open your camera, so I know this for Apple users at least, you open up your camera as if you're going to take a picture and hold that up to the screen, and it opens it for you.
All iPhones above iOS 11, they come with the QR code scanner natively. If you have one that doesn't have a QR code scanner, or if you have Droid, but I don't think really any Droids come with the scanner natively. You just have to download an app first. Okay, so if you did scan on that, you should see a blog post from a Weichert agent who is, I believe, is on the meeting at the moment. Thank you, Adele, for letting me use your website.
You're very welcome.
This is one of Adele's one of her sub pages that she has on her website. So what we did was basically took this QR code, and from here we were able to link from the code you see on the page to the actual, to her actual web page on, that I'm looking at on my phone. So that's the way that we can connect. We can use a QR code, just like how restaurants do it, right? When you scan, like Michelle was saying, you scan a code, and then on your phone you get the menu. All right. I know that many restaurants are doing that. A lot of fast food places do that. While you're waiting in line, you can scan the QR code, and it pulls up all the info. So QR codes are being used, just about everywhere now, and it's really good for agents to continue the analogy of a menu. Think of it like as if like you were using a QR code to bring people to your website, and as if like your website is like a menu offering all the services that you could offer to your prospective clients. All right, so no matter what page you want to bring them to on your website, whether it's your home page or if it's like a blog post like you just see here, that's how a QR code can be used. And what it does especially is a QR code is interactive. It makes something that's otherwise static turns it into something that's interactive. Like if it's a printed material, that printed material now becomes something dynamic, right? It's not just a static piece of paper. Now somebody click on that QR code, and it sort of makes it like people see a QR code and they just for some reason they just want to pull out their phone and use the scanner and scan on the code. And if it takes them to your website, well then, that's the whole name of the game, right? Get them to your website. So what we're going to do today is show you two ways primarily that you can use a QR code. One is with the Design Center, where you can use it to send out postcards, because there's a card that has a QR code on it. And the other one is how you can create and design your own QR code itself that you could put onto any, just about any material you want. So for the first step that I'm going to show you now is how to access it in Design Center. So let me get out of here. So to get to Design Center, as most of you know, the first step is you go to My Weichert. And then on the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to scroll down to Weichert Tools. This is how you get to Weichert Design Center. Click on Weichert Tools. And just let the page load for a second. And then over here, this is going to look for the button that says Personal Marketing Materials. Click on this button here. And then you could really click on any of these links on the left-hand side, the bottom ones. I'm going to click on the one that says Other Direct Mail. But you could click on any of these links. Any of these links will take you to the Design Center. And once you're on the Design Center, if you're not already logged in, just log in now. I'll do it right here. Hopefully you remember your password. That seems to always be the toughest part. Here we go. Here we are. So once you're logged into Design Center, you scroll down a little bit, go to the section that says Seller Prospecting. And underneath that, you're going to see a card that says the right time is right now. This one right here. Click on Go to Programs. And then the one on the top left says the right time is right now, postcard with QR code. This is the one that you're going to select. So we're going to create now, select create now right here. And if it pops up, just hit OK. All right. So this is the postcard that you can send out with a QR code. So this is what the front of it looks like. It's the kind of card that you design a little bit. Most of the template's already put in there for you, but you have to add the pictures and the information. So what this card does is it allows you to show prospective clients and prospects, like here's what the homes were listed for, but they sold for even more, right? So you can put in the list price, the sale price, the address, and the days on market, along with the picture of the property. So I'll do that real quickly just to get through the front, the first page. So on the right-hand side here shows you all the mailing information, shows you the, by default, it's already selected to marketing mail, and it gives you the pricing info, right? So we'll just keep that button selected. I'm going to scroll all the way down and click on Next. And on the next page, this is where you can start to put in the pictures and the text for these 4 slots. So really the first step for this card here would be to go and find 4 properties and 4 photos of try to use Weichert listings, right? Weichert, make sure these were Weichert listings so you could then use the photos. And we're going to put them in here. So I already gathered the information ahead of time. I'm going to just quickly put these in here. So on the left-hand side where it says front page, property photo 1, you're going to click on the little arrow to the right here. You click on that arrow to upload. Go to find on my computer. Click on that. And then wherever on your computer you have that saved, you're just going to go to that. You're going to go to that link, go to that folder, and here, these are the 4 properties I'm going to put in. And in fact, I have a little a note here with the price information. So I'm just going to go through these real quickly. 663 Preston Street, just so it looks like an actual card. Listing price was $549. Sale price was $560. These are all in brick. So when you're making these cards, try to keep them all within like one local real estate market, because that's the that's the focus of the card. And the last thing you do is you put the number of days on market. So this one had eight days on market. Number 2, same thing. Click on the arrow. Click on Find on my computer. Put Bryan Avenue. And then it uploads the picture. You just put in the information. This is all information I gathered from the MLS. And it's sold for $365. This is 13 Avenue in brick. And the number of days on the market for that was big whopping 4. So let's go next one. Upload, find my computer, do Northrop Road. And listing price, $270. Sales price, $280, $250. To road and brick. Oops, brick. Number of days on market. That's a big one. 28. That lasted a whole month on the market. And then we're going to upload the last one here. White Swan Way. So as long as you get 4 photos, 4 properties, you have enough to send out this card. Yeah, I'll put the listing price. And then the sales price of $316. And you notice that for every one of these properties, I found ones where the sales price was above the listing price. And the property address here is 59 White Swan Way, number 28. And that had 10 days on the market. And so when you're done, you just click on next. This is the back of the card. And your information for the most part should automatically be pulled up here on the left hand side of the screen. You can take a look at it. If you need to change anything, you could type in any changes here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it be for now and just go on to the next page. I'm going to click on next. Now for the sake of this workshop and for the QR code, for the focus of QR codes, I'm going to skip for the time being. I'm going to skip the mailing address portion of it. But if anybody wants to, maybe after the presentation here, we can go over how to set up a mailing address. But that's an important thing, and also one of the strong things about the Design Center is how they can help you create and select a very nice selection of mailing addresses to send out these cards directly to them. But for the time being, I'm just going to skip that step and go right to the order step here. So when you get to the final part, order, here's the card. The front of the card's all set up, right, with pictures and the prices. The back of the card you see here has the QR code. Now this is the important part. So you just click on this picture here. It'll pull up a zoomed in version of it. You can even zoom in a little bit more. And if you scan on that code, I'll scan it myself, should pull up my website. See if that works. Yep. So I got it pulling up. If you scan it as well, I see it pulling up my homepage for my website. Now, if you wanted to pull up, say, the page on your website that shows all of the, your home valuation page, you can change that. So if you like this, if that's the page that you want to mail out, you just, you add that to your cart and you order it. But if you wanted to change if you wanted to redirect where that QR code points to, you can do that as well. And the way to do that is the first thing, since you've already taken the time to create the card here, make sure you save this as a draft. So there's this button up here that looks like a little floppy disk. for those of you who remember the floppy disks, right? Click on the button here. That's going to save your draft. Click on OK. Let it load for a second. And then click on where your picture is or the 3 lines below it. Either will take you to the same spot. And toward the bottom, click on Account Settings. This is if you want to change where the QR code will be directed to. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a spot that says Website. So right now, this is showing my website. This was the site you just saw if you happen to scan that QR code. You could change this. So for instance, if I put in /sell and I scroll down to the bottom, I click on Save, and I click OK. Now, if I go back, click on my picture again, and if I click on Saved Items at the top, it's going to pull up my drafts, and the top one should be the most recent drafts. And then you click on Continue, and you're going to continue with your most recent draft. Give it a moment. And once it loads, it's going to pull up the same page here. You're going to go right back down to the back page, click on the picture again. You can click on it once more to zoom in. And one more time, you're going to hover over, you're going to open up your QR code scanner. This is all to test it. You're proofing it to make sure it works correctly. And then you're just going to point the scanner onto it.
Very smart.
See if it works. It should say home value. Here it is, find your home's value instantly. So if you wanted to, you could turn this, basically you could turn this QR code to have it point to anywhere. It could point to your home page, it could point to the home valuation page, it could point to your blog, the page that has your blog on it, right? Any page you want, you can turn this QR code into, you could have it redirect to any page you want. And the real nice thing about the Design Center is this is a postcard, right? So most people get postcards. Postcards are great for branding, but people tend to discard those postcards very quickly. But when they get a postcard in the mail and they see this, this is obviously zoomed in, but if we zoom out a little bit, this is basically, what you're looking at now, this is basically the real size of a postcard. When they get this, they see that QR code, which is, oh, of course it's clicked away. When they see it like this is actually pretty big. The QR code here is pretty big. Somebody sees that, they're liable to scan it, right? And they scan it, they go to your website. And that's, once they go to your website, especially if you have them on your site where you have it set so that they only get to look at maybe one property before they have to type in their email, you will collect that lead. So this is a way to turn this static postcard into an interactive one. And it's a way to turn this otherwise branding postcard into a direct marketing piece, right? So that's what's really nice about the QR code. And again, to use that menu analogy, it's bringing them to your website. Once they're on your website, and you can click on any of the links on your website, right? All the different menu items, all the different menu services that you offer. And again, this is all found through the Design Center. And right now, this is the card that they're offering with the QR code, but they're going to be offering a lot more, all with the option to include the QR code. And I highly recommend people take advantage of it. This here is it's key, right? This is great. Getting a QR code on printed material is just fantastic. This card here, there's a little bit of work you have to put into it because you have to get the pictures and you have to type in the information, but it doesn't take too long. And once you send this out, all your prospective farm areas get this, right? Your prospective clients, neighbors, they get this. Again, to change, if you wanted to change that QR code, you just go right back to your picture into account settings. I didn't save this one, so that's why I'm just gonna say leave. And at the bottom here, you just have to change the website. So if I want to bring it right back, so if I say, I don't want it to be the home valuation page, I just want it to be the home page. I just bring it right back. This is the home page. Your first name hyphen last name .weichert.com. That itself will be your your Weichert homepage. If you put a backslash and say sell, then that's going to take them to the home valuation page. This could be very helpful also if you have like if you have a listing, you can bring them to a particular page on your website with the listing. Or like I used with the blog post, you can have them go to your blog post. Just make sure you always click on save at the bottom. I went over a lot there. I'm sure you'll have some questions about some of this. After, you know, if you want, I guess we could answer some of those now before we move on to the next demonstration.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Adele, for letting me use your page, your blogs.
Anytime.
Andrew, we didn't get any questions, but Jolie thought it was fantastic. And we did get from Nora that her iPhone 8, she used her camera and it worked beautifully.
And you had iPhone 8, Nora?
She has an iPhone 8, she said.
Okay, again, like I think all iPhone, like most of the newer iPhones, if not, I think all of them have the QR code already, you know, you already have them down. That app is already on your phone. For Droids, most Droid phones don't have a QR code reader on them natively, so you have to download a QR code reader. There are millions, or not millions, but there probably literally are thousands of QR code apps out there. They're almost all free. They're all easy to download, all easy to use. So, you know, it's not like they're all simple to get, simple to work with. Trust me, you send these things out to people, you know, those people have QR code readers, so they'll all be able to scan this. They'll all be able to work with this. That's why, like how restaurants rely on it. They know people, you know.
Excuse me, Andrew.
Yeah.
There are people saying that the Droid camera does the same as the iPhone.
Perfect. There you go. Depends on your Droid. Depends on your phone. Some people's phones have it native, some don't. It's just the brand of your phone, the age of your phone as well. But if you do need to download an app, just letting you know, it's easy to do it. Easy to do it.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for that. Does anybody else have any other questions? Then we're gonna move on to our next phase, which is covered by Sharon. So you are up, Sharon.
Hi, everyone. It's me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sharon Rogers. I'm the MTS for Toms River Brick, Jackson, Normandy Beach, and Marlboro. And today, as I'm going to reiterate what a QR code is first, it is a barcode that is readable by a mobile phone's camera, and it contains a link to a specific website, as Andrew specified earlier. He already spoke about, you know, if you have a reader on your phone, your mobile phone, you just scan it with your camera. If not, download the app from your app store or your Play Store. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take a URL link, specifically a home valuation URL link, and create a custom QR code to use for your Weichert Design Center postcards. So let me share my screen with you. And that is not the screen I wanted, and that is not the screen I wanted. I totally apologize, everybody.
We always have too many screens open.
Apologies. All right, so what we're going to do here is the first thing to create a QR code is, my suggestion at first is to go to the page on your web. I'm using Raquel's site. She's allowed me to use it. I'm going to go to Raquel's website first. And to do that, you click on the drop-down arrow up here with your Weichert.com email address, and you just click on the website. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to find the link to the home valuation first and then copy it to where I need it to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this word sell in here in the black bar of your website. And you'll notice it takes us directly to instantly your Find Your Home's value. So if you have a contact, where the whole plan is to redirect people back to your home page, back to this page to type in their address to get an estimate of what their home is worth. So in order to do this, you need to copy the URL up here at the top of the page. So I just highlighted it. I'm going to right click on it because I have a mouse, and I'm going to click copy. If you have Apple iPad, you can click on Command and C to copy. If you have a regular Windows computer, Control C. These are just shortcut keys that will also allow you to copy, or you just right click on it and copy that way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my KV Core, and I'm going to go down here to Listing, Machine, and Social. Can you guys all hear me okay? Because somebody just came in and
No.
It sounds strange.
can you hear me better now? Is it muffled? Does it sound funny?
It is a little muffled, Sharon.
I'm not quite sure why, because my volume is all the way.
It sounds like you're in a tunnel, Sharon.
Well, I might be. I'm not quite sure how to fix this, so hopefully we're just going to continue on, and bear with me, please. So as I showed you, I'm here at Listing Machine and Social. It opened up your core listing machine here on the right-hand side, up at the top. So what you have to do here is there's two tabs up at the top of your screen. There's one called Marketing, and there's one called Social Media. We're actually going to hover your mouse or click on the Marketing here at the top and click on QR codes. So you notice that it brings up what's a QR code. It basically reiterates what Andrew and I both said, that it's readable by your phone's camera and it links to a direct website. So what I did was, as I showed you earlier, I went to the website, I copied the URL code, and now I'm going to scroll down below where it says create a new agent QR code. And I'm going to paste that link into the QR code URL spot right here. And I also want to name it. So because this is a free home evaluation, I had already typed it in. You can either just type in free home evaluation, but because I already had done it once before, I'm just going to select it. And I am going to click on create. So now what happens is, at the bottom of your screen, it should be at the bottom of your screen here. Let me scroll down, and it is not. Where did it go? Okay, here it is right here. It's in the second one, or first one. It's right here. I created it twice, actually. So here is the URL that I used to create the free home evaluation, right here, this line. And this is the description name that I called it. It is free home evaluation. So here is where you would copy the QR code and paste it into your Weicker Design Center. Now, Design Center card that you're going to be using. And I believe Brenda is following me and she's going to show you how to do that. So what I also wanted to tell you is that if you have, let me backtrack here. I'm going to take you back to where I was. If you click on Listing, Machine, and Social, and you hover over the Marketing tab again, something is really odd here, guys, and I am extremely apologetic. There were listings down here, and I'm not sure why they're not here. If you have an active listing down below, to the right, there should be a green view button. And they were here earlier. I'm not quite sure what happened. And when you click on the green view button, there is a QR code button at the bottom for a tour. So if you are touring a specific listing, you can copy the QR code and create the code exactly the same way for your active listing. And I'm really sorry, I'm not quite sure what happened, but it was here earlier. But you do it, so you would just scroll down below under active listings in your core listing machine. And down here to the right, you would have an MLS number and address, a date that it was added, and actions. To the right, there will be a green view button. You click on that view button and you scroll to the very bottom of the right-hand side of the page, and it says QR code. If you click on that, it will create a QR code for your current listing. And you can take that QR code and embed it into a Weicker design card as well. So that is pretty much how you create a QR code. You just go here, core listing machine, marketing, QR codes, copy your your URL link here, name it, create it, and then Brenda's going to show you how to copy it into, I believe, another Weicker Design Center card. Thanks, guys.
All right, do we have any questions? And we'll work on Sharon's sound for the next one.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
All right, so Brenda is up next, and she's going to just show you some more things that you can do very easily with your QR codes.
Hi, everyone.
Here's
Happy
Brenda.
Thursday. And let's get excited about our QR codes, right? All right, so now we've made our QR code. We're going to order the right time right now is postcards. So something else we can use with our QR code, I am going to show you how to make a really easy flyer. I know a lot of you want flyers. As MTSs, we're being asked by a lot of you for some flyers. So we came up with a great workaround so that you can access the flyer nice and easy. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so what we've created for you, it's going to look like this. We have an image up top. My name is, it will auto-populate your name. I'm a local real estate agent with Weicker, working with pre-approved buyers. The best decision is to sell right now. I'm just going to skim through this. Please contact me for more information. Your phone number is in there. And if you scroll down, you'll see the QR code. So again, if they scan this QR code, it will bring them to my website where they can put in their address to find the value of their home. And then hopefully they'll fill out the valuation and we'll have their name, their address, what their home is worth. And then we're going to go sell their house. So it's also going to auto-populate your name and office address. So how do we get this? I just got to stop sharing again for 1 minute and switch my screen. Okay, so from your my.weicker.com, we're going to go to Marketing Autopilot. This is actually an email template that was created. And I'm going to go into Smart Campaigns. This is where all of our templates are. I'm going to go to templates. So as the MTS, your MTS has put this template into the system for you so that you can pull these. So again, we're going to click on templates up here. You see campaign and templates. And the template name, it's going to be your office and then have buyers letter and QR code. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to clone this. We're going to clone this so that we can customize it. Now you can clone any email that you want. Say you see an email template that you like, but there's just something you want to change. Maybe there's just one word you want to change or you want to change the photo. So what we're going to do with this is anytime you create a new template, you should rename it. So what I do is I rename it with my initials. That way it makes it easier to find. We have so many of these templates in the system, and you don't want to pull up the one for the office accidentally. You want to pull up the one that you created and that's customized for you. You will notice the template scope. It will save under your name. It's just because of my admin access that you see the office names. So I'm going to scroll down. As you see, we have the merge tags in here. So it will automatically fill in your name. Like I said, it will automatically also fill in your phone number down here. If there's something that you would like to change about this, you can click right in here and change it. Maybe your name has quotations and you want to put that in so that your legal name doesn't just auto-populate. You could certainly alter any of this text that's here. So now, most importantly, we want to put our QR code in. So when Sharon created that QR code, you can click on the QR code right there. You can right click and save the image to save that to your desktop. So after you've saved your QR code, we're going to insert it in here. Now you'll see in the template, I already have a QR code in here. You do not want to use this code. It does not link to your website. So we need to change it. So I'm just going to click on this box, just like we can click on the text and the image to change. We're going to click on this one. So once I've clicked on this, you'll notice on the right-hand side, my menu has changed. I'm going to then hit, I'm just going to do it again so you guys see it. See, when I'm on the text, I can alter this. I'm going to go down here, click on that. You'll see the menu changes. I'm then going to change the image. From here, I'm going to upload the image. So I clicked on my folder. I'm going to go up here, make sure you guys can see it. Up here to upload image. All right, I'm going to insert my image. And then after you're all done making any adjustments that you'd like to make, you're just going to scroll down and you're going to clone this template. So now, like I said, this is an email template. So you could technically email it out, but keep in mind, if you're sending it as an email, most people now are checking their emails from their phone. So if they're on their phone, they can't really scan it. But if they're checking from a computer, they most certainly can. Okay, so now that we have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to email it to myself so that I can now print this out and utilize it as a flyer. So the easiest way to do this, I'm going to go to my Smart CRM. And I'm going to pull up myself. If you do not have yourself in here as a contact, I recommend that you do that. I test things on myself all the time. And then this is a great tool as well. All right, so I'm going to click on myself. And I'm going to send email. And my template, see, we have lots in here. But because I used my initials, I'll be able to find it nice and easy. So our template will load. And I'll scroll down and I'm going to hit send. Now, all we have to do is print out our email, but guess what? We don't have to leave MyWeichert to do that either. You can do it all right from your MyWeichert system. So I'm going to open up here and see right here, it says view email. So I'm going to open this up. There's my email and I can now print it right from here. So right in your MyWeichert, you can create your QR
Brenda?
code. You can set it up as an email. Yes?
Your email didn't show.
Okay.
You have to share
that
and
little
unshare
box
again.
opens up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got to stop and share. All right. Let me
Yeah.
do that.
sometimes the pop-ups don't show right.
Yeah. All right. And there we go. And it's right
Excellent.
here. And then I can just right click and print. And now you can print out this flyer. So like I was saying, we've created a QR code. We used an email template all right here to put it. We are creating a flyer. You're emailing it to yourself, all without leaving MyWeichert. Now, what can we do with this flyer? Go hang door hangers. This is a great opportunity. We're hanging door hangers. You're just putting your business card in there. Hang this on somebody's door. They're going to scan it before they even walk in their house. So I hope you guys utilize this. Does
Brenda?
anybody have any questions?
Yes, Brenda,
Yes.
great idea, a great tool. Question, don't they have to have a disclaimer at the bottom?
We do have the, at the very bottom, I don't know if you can see at the bottom, I have.
Oh, we lost you, Brenda.
Little line of tiny print down there.
Yeah, it
Yes.
doesn't have to be any bigger than that. It just needs to let them know that we're not soliciting any listings that are already out there.
Okay. It's a nice piece to generate.
Any other questions?
No, I love that tool. I'm just thinking like some of the open houses that we have where we have a line out the door and people are waiting, that would be a great place to put it right on the door as a QR code before they even come in. Boom, they can grab your information right off of there. And the other part too, I mean, my kids make fun of me all the time. I have 4 teenagers who call me a boomer all the time because I'm always late on technology. And when they were showing me at the first time I went to a restaurant where they had the QR code on how to use it, I was thinking, oh, we got to download an app and this and that, whatever. And they were like, no, just use your camera. As you start using it, people are curious. So now I'm looking at every QR code that's out there to see what it's about, just out of curiosity. And I think a lot of people will do the same. I mean, it's just normal curiosity to do that.
I do it on the TV set.
Yeah, I did too. Things pop up during the game. Yeah, I was watching the Nets game the other night and a QR code popped up, and just out of curiosity, I went and took a look at it. And I think, QR codes have been around for a long time. I think with the pandemic and people not using, paper products and stuff like that, or touching certain things, that it's made its revival, and I think it's here to stay now. So I would definitely use this tool for sure.
All right, any other questions about anything today? All right, Marcel, if you wouldn't mind, Michelle had to jump. She's a busy lady. If you would close out for us.
I think I pretty much hit the nail on the head with what my thoughts were as far as the QR code and the training. I say this to my people all the time. I see Brent up there on the screen. Hey, Brent. The training that's given out here is invaluable. I mean, it's unbelievable what we get from Patty and Sharon and everybody else on the team. I keep telling you, you want systems working behind the scenes while you can actually be with your clients. And this is a great way of doing that. Having a platform working for you almost as a personal assistant has so many tools. And, I encourage you all to just, even if you can't make like these types of sessions, what's more valuable is getting one-on-ones with your MTSs. That is so valuable. And they're willing to do it. So, and they're so great and patient with everybody. Take advantage of it, especially now. Market's crazy. There's a lot of things going on, and to just have another net casted to get more listings is unbelievable. So use them. They're awesome people.
When do you think that recording will be available for people to see?
It'll be done today. I'll send it to the MTSs and they'll send it out to the managers.
Okay.
All right. Anybody have any questions?
I just have one last thing to say. If anybody's not sent emails out for Father's Day is on Sunday, so we all have templates in our system for that. So send your happy Father's Day emails. We got new cards to work on that Andrew has shown us. And then on Monday, we're going to go hang some door hangers to everybody that we emailed Happy Father's Day, right?
Thanks, Brenda. And she's right. We have to keep plugging away at it. All of these little things just keep adding up and we get excellent results across the board with stuff. So thank you, everybody, for coming. We really appreciate it. We had an excellent turnout today. And we'll get the recordings to your manager and they can send them off to anybody who wants to have it as a refresher while you're working on your own QR codes. So everybody have a good weekend. To the dads, happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day. Have a great weekend all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ethel, I love your background.
Every time you come on, you have something new and great. I was looking for it today.
Thank you. I'm trying to give a reaction. Do you like my clapping?
Oh, I love your clapping. I didn't even see that. I was so focused on your Happy Father's Day. Very cool. Thank you, Ethel, for coming. We appreciate your always.
Thank you, Ethel. I'll see you. See you soon.
Yes, tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. Bye now.
Bye-bye.